Hey, this is Dr. Darwin, a new dentist coach, with another episode of Ask Dr. Darwin on the New Dentist Podcast Show, where you ask questions about getting into dental school, getting into residency, and then life after residency. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel here, Dr. Darwin Speaks, because I will be posting videos on a weekly basis. Hit the notification so that you don't miss out on when these videos come out, okay? Today, we're going to be talking about life after residency and really speaking a little bit more to some of the new dentists or even some of the seasoned dentists about an alternative, but also an additional practice model that is really starting to be really popular. It's been popular for years, but now it's going to be popular with a new twist. We're going to be talking today with CEO and founder of KARE Mobile, Dr. Kwane Watson. Hey, Doc, what's going on, man?
What's going on, Darwin?
Hey, man, so glad we're able to connect. I know you've been working on this project for a while here. So today, you know, what we're going to be learning, so you guys that are listening, you're going to be learning about this concept, why this concept was developed by Dr. Watson, how does it work, and we're also going to be talking a little bit about some career opportunity that he's offering and that he's recruiting for. And then if you have some questions, how to get in contact with him and talk a little bit about the future of mobile dentistry, So, Doc, for everyone who doesn't know you, can you just go ahead and introduce yourself?
Good deal, yeah. So my name is Dr. Kwane Watson. I've been a practicing dentist for 20 years. I've owned 2 brick and mortar practices in Louisville, Kentucky. I'm a graduate of the University of Kentucky, 1999, College of Dentistry. I currently serve in my day role as the State Dental Director for Community Dental of Kentucky, a nonprofit that services the underserved populations of Kentucky. My side job, or my side business, is KARE Mobile, Inc. And so KARE Mobile started 3 years ago as a mobile application that connects patients to dentists based on the location, the availability, the insurance, and the procedure the doctor feels comfortable doing. In August of 2018, we expanded into our own mobile dental platform that we created that's more compact and more easily accessible to whoever needs service. And so since then, we have seen probably 200 people on evenings and weekends in this mobile capacity. And we came up with the idea of making this available to other doctors who may have a full-time job, but really want to transition this to something that they can have of their own. It's one thing to collect a check. It's another thing to have ownership in something. And so KARE Mobile is dedicated to building with our dentist partners so that they can have ownership and have something that they can pass on to other doctors or sell once they get tired of doing it, as opposed to just collecting a check.
Sounds good, guys. So for those of you that are listening, watching, I'm going to post a website, his website address up here, KARE, KARE.mobi, M-O-B-I. I'm going to post it right here. If you look up, it's right here going across the screen. And in the meantime, I'm going to share a video that's on the website. I think that would be very helpful for a lot of people. They can kind of see a little bit more and hear a little bit more about this application and this opportunity. So we're going to pull that up right now, Doc, and let everybody take a look. Here we go.
Not that one. Go down more.
Oh, this next one?
Yeah, go down to not that one. Keep on going to the end of the page.
There it is.
There you go. That one right there.
Meet Dr. Smith. Dr. Smith is overworked, overwhelmed, and feels underappreciated in his current dental job. After years of providing service, burnout and mental fatigue is an increasingly common problem for our industry. Despite making a good salary, many dentists are frustrated with their lack of autonomy and flexibility. Between the increasing cost to obtain a dental education and cost to start up a new practice, many dentists feel helpless or shy away from risks associated with practice ownership. KARE is a solution for entrepreneurial-minded dentists that seek an opportunity to own their own practice. Through fractional ownership, KARE is dedicated to growing with their doctors and expanding as their patient base expands. Through practice ownership, a dentist has more flexibility, the potential for increased earnings, and an increased sense of pride in their profession. KARE is focused on providing options for both new graduates and experienced dental providers who want to provide great service and access to care for all. Fractional ownership, freedom in schedule, financial freedom. Email kwan@care.mobi for more information.
There you go. So there's Dr. Watson's email. You can get in contact with you. I love this. I love this. Fractional ownership, freedom in schedule, and financial freedom. That's great, man. That's great. That's great. So I think one of the things we didn't touch upon is, how you came up with this concept, right? Because some people have been known to do some mobile dentistry, and there are a few schools that have mobile dentistry as part of their outreach. But this is similar, but it's also different, right?
Correct. So, being an entrepreneur for 20 years, I've done a lot of different businesses. I've owned Quiznos franchise. That franchising aspect of things kind of played into this. I've also owned a timeshare. So the thought of a timeshare approach to a business model is something that hasn't been done before. And I just think outside the box. And so I took the idea of, okay, a lot of reasons doctors don't get into business for themselves is because they're scared, right? The risk factor that's involved. And so if you had the opportunity to lease a vehicle for 10 days a month and only have to pay $1,500 for those 10 days, and it's fully equipped, and all you have to do is get with one assistant and go out and build your clientele base. And then as you grow your business, compounding it over 6 months where you have recare and you're continuing to add additional patients, we can increase your lease to 20 days at that particular time. That way we're growing with you. You're keeping everything in the percentages that you should keep your business model in, so that you are profiting quicker with less risk and less overhead. And so as I've embarked on the mobile dental business, I just love the fact that we have a 98% show rate. Why do we have a 98% show rate? Well, if I'm blocking your car in the driveway, you're not leaving, so you're going to come out and get the So people love the concept. People value the appointments more when you come to them and provide the services. We're not just doing exams and prophies and things of that nature. We're doing comprehensive care. If you look on the website, some of those crown and bridge cases were done right on the mobile dental unit. I've done root canals. I've done Invisalign. So the margins, the opportunity to provide the same degree of services, but with less overhead. On average, we feel like our doctors will be able to collect 40 or earn 40% of what they produce, as opposed to 25 to 30% in a conventional model. So therefore, you're making equivalent money with seeing fewer people. We have 2 patents pending. One patent helps aid you in being more prepared when you go to the home. So a lot of times what we do is, in some cases, if I don't know what the patient needs, I'll send my assistant out to kind of scout the case. We have a patent pending or on an intraoral camera that connects via Wi-Fi to our application, so that I can see remotely what this patient may need. She can get the treatment plan together. She can make sure this person has the financial means to pay for it. So I'm not driving across town for just an exam and an x-ray. So when I go places, on average, we like to produce, and Kentucky has one of the lowest reimbursements in the country. If that's not a $300 plus trip, then it's not really worth my time to do so. So, on average, I'm not going to more than 3 to 4 houses a day. If you are averaging at least $1,500 a day in production, that's a $600 day, and that's Kentucky. So, the opportunity is huge for it. Partnerships and collaborations is key to the success of it. And if we're able to find doctors that are motivated into doing their own thing and using our expertise to assist them in being successful, I think we can make some real waves in the dental game with this business model.
That sounds great, man. So I know some quick questions some people may have is, the cost for a setup. I know you mentioned monthly basis. You said 15. What was it? 15?
Yeah, so what you're doing basically is KARE will own the vans. KARE will basically sign up doctors. They will have a dental service organization agreement because we will assist them with back-end support. We will help them with their claim submissions. We will help them with credentialing. We will assist them with marketing, accounting, all those business things that a lot of people don't have the expertise in, but with 20 years of experience, I do. We will assist them in those aspects for a fee, okay? For the $1,500, you will have a unit with the x-ray, the necessary x-ray, the necessary software, the necessary tools needed for all type of extractions, drills. Everything will be outfitted into the van. So for that, it's your equipment, it's your basic supplies, and it's your practice just on wheels.
Right.
So imagine for 10 days a month to be able to have all that for $1,500, and all you have to do is go out, find patients, fill your day, and produce money.
Right. What about if I'm renting the van? What happens to the van? Those 10 days I'm in possession of it. Any recommendations as far as how to store it, where to store it?
Yeah. So my van right now is in my driveway. It's because it's compact. Depending on the area, there will be certain recommendations for weather contingencies. For example, if you live in New York, per se, in this wintertime, you have to plug it in so that the water temperature stays at a certain. But other than that, there isn't any other recommendations. We will have certain technology in the van so that we'll be able to monitor mileage and know when it's time for it to get its oil change. Our first model was gas powered. Our second will be diesel. And so, it's more efficient. The next one will be a lot more high tech. The first one we built ourselves just to try it out as an MVP version. The future models will be, they're going to be top of the line.
And what states besides Kentucky do you see this going into as far as launching maybe in the next year or two? Because I'm sure there's some people.
We're trying to launch it now. And so as far as what states, it depends on the doctors. You have to have doctors to be able that want to partner and see the value in this model. So the reason why I wanted to come on today was to hopefully find some of those doctors that are maybe about to graduate and they're going to go work their full-time job or part-time job at a practice and say, but you know what, I'm going to dip my toe into this and see how this works for me as well, so that I have options. Options for me is key. I don't want to be tied into one thing and not have the ability to move if that one thing doesn't work in my favor. And so the states are going to be predicated or dictated by who we find a partner with.
Right. Yeah. Man, this concept sounds amazing. I think for, just the fact that it kind of it's disrupting how dentistry is delivered. And, but it also requires someone who's really, really a go-getter. It's not somebody who's just looking in it it's not going to be for someone who's just looking, well, what's in it for me, and sitting back and being passive about it. This is someone, a practitioner that has an entrepreneur spirit, someone who's a go-getter, someone that's looking to make a change in how dentistry is delivered, and who understands the dynamic within the profession currently, which is, you have to go get the patients. You have to meet them where they are in many cases. And it's just another alternative, or like you said, not necessarily an alternative, but it can be an additional practice model that you can add on to what you're currently doing. And just, it just has a lot of potential. So I'm so glad that we were able to connect. Go ahead, Doc.
Yeah, a couple things I wanted to just touch on that you mentioned. So when you said what's in it for you, one thing that's in it for these doctors is that when you go and you work for these corporations, they pay you a day rate or a percentage-based pay model. But when you leave that doctor's office, you have nothing to show for it. With this model, the patients are yours. That goodwill, that recall base that you have are yours that you can sell. So you don't sell the real estate or the mobile dental unit, but you sell your goodwill to another doctor. So you're making your money, but you also now have an asset as opposed to just being an employee. And so, you know, what I've noticed from the generations behind me, that practice ownership part has went away. This is a way for them to get it back.
Yeah, and that makes sense. And that's the part that I think many new dentists are somewhat fearful of, or they want to get it, but this is another way of being able to achieve it with a different delivery model and a lot more autonomy and just being able to really go get it based on their own incentives, right?
Exactly.
And that's the thing. Well, I'm glad we were able to get on, man, today and talk about this concept. And what's the best way for people to contact you if they have some additional questions? Telephone, email?
Email is preferred, KWANE@KARE.MOBI. We can share more information, get into the actual numbers, the projections. We're actually, we will be interviewing or trying to get on Shark Tank in a week. So we've done a lot.
Oh, Shark Tank. Oh,
yeah.
Yes.
Applications we've done. We are very involved in the entire startup community. So yeah, I would love to talk to you. I would love to network with more entrepreneurial-minded dentists. And Darwin, as always, thanks for the opportunity, bro. I appreciate it.
Hey man, thank you. I thank you for sharing the opportunity, and we're gonna get it started. We'd love to do it here in Jersey, and there's probably a couple states that need it too. I know Dondre Simpson, one of our classmates that went to Howard, he said he had one down in South Carolina, and he's looking into it, and a couple other people we got here on Facebook. So it's gonna be great, man. Hey guys, if you like what you hear, you want to hear more, if you have some ideas or some topics that you want to hear more about, shoot me an email right here at newdentistcoach@gmail.com. newdentistcoach@gmail.com. We're going to be launching a couple of trainings coming up for some new dentists and also for some international dentists as well. And again, looking forward to collaborating more with Dr. Watson and his concept. You guys check out the next video also that's coming up right here. Check out this next video. Hopefully it's helpful for you. All right, Dr. Watson, thanks so much, man. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, brother. Thank you.
You're welcome.